These next images are striking. As the drone approaches, the soldier reacts under intense pressure. The psychological impact of this war is visible in a single moment. The war in Ukraine is still ongoing. Ukrainian FPV drones are locating Russian soldiers one by one, on foot, alone, and exposed on the open battlefield. No radar, no air defense, and very little time to respond. A drone, the size of your hand, quiet until it becomes noticeable. Most of these soldiers do not realize it is nearby. Some notice it at the last moment and begin to move away. It often makes little difference. The operators are already tracking their movement. Once that happens, maintaining distance becomes extremely difficult. This is what that moment looks like again and again. Russian combat training near the front line. A soldier crawls through a barrel while another taps it with a stick. No clear objective and no obvious tactical purpose. A reflection of what analysts have been discussing for months. Poorly prepared troops taking part in a conflict they may not have been fully ready for. Unusual even by wartime standards. An FPV drone turns a corner and notices two Russian soldiers. No warning, and very little time to respond. The situation developed so quickly that they had little opportunity to understand what was happening. A Russian soldier responds to an FPV drone from close range. Multiple attempts, but none prove effective. That raises the question again. What equipment should they be using? Southern Donetsk, a Russian soldier stops to rest under a tree, backpack still on, completely unaware. A Ukrainian FPV drone had already located him. He notices it approaching and tries to move, still reaching for his backpack as the drone closes in. Very little time remains to respond, and creating distance becomes increasingly difficult. A Russian soldier taking cover under a tree on the Eastern Front. He probably believed he was concealed. Ukrainian 1st Battalion, 5th Assault Brigade. Their FPV drone had already located his position. By the time he noticed it, responding to the situation had become extremely difficult. Two Russian soldiers on motorbikes moving through the front line. Two Ukrainian FPV drones already waiting in position on the ground. They never noticed them. The situation quickly became very difficult for both soldiers. A Russian soldier alone in the trenches. He appeared to know he was being observed. At one point, he stopped, looked up, and waved at the Ukrainian reconnaissance drone circling above him. Maybe defiance, maybe resignation. He then moved into a trench and remained there. An FPV drone later followed the same route. The wave was the last gesture captured in the footage. Another similar moment, a drone notices two Russian soldiers positioned on the ground, and they soon find themselves in a difficult situation. They try to move away, but one of them is unable to create enough distance. Only a well-trained soldier can react quickly enough to respond to a drone the moment it is first noticed. In open terrain, on the front line, the last thing seen by an African mercenary operating alongside Russian forces while wandering aimlessly was an FPV drone. Fresh footage shows Ukrainian FPV drones searching for Russian soldiers across the battlefield. Russian troops moving on foot are noticed one by one as they cross open terrain with limited cover available. The Ukrainian drone operators continue tracking each Russian soldier from above, carefully following their movements. Some Russian soldiers appear unaware that a drone is nearby until the final moments, while others notice it and try to move away. However, once a Ukrainian FPV drone begins closely monitoring a location, avoiding observation becomes increasingly difficult. The footage repeatedly shows Russian soldiers being detected and tracked as Ukrainian drone operators maintain constant surveillance over the battlefield. A Ukrainian drone operator detected 3 Russian soldiers taking cover among the ruins and immediately began monitoring the area. What stood out was the condition of the soldiers who noticed the drone approaching. 3 older men, seemingly unable to fully understand what was happening before they encountered a difficult situation. A Russian soldier walking straight toward an FPV drone waiting in position, completely unaware of what was directly in front of him. The drone activates. He panics. Instead of raising his weapon to respond, he grabs it by the barrel and swings it like a club at the drone. Moments later, he encounters a difficult situation. Kramatorsk direction. Ukraine's 10th Mountain Assault Brigade monitoring activity across the area. Soldiers, vehicles, drone positions, and equipment. This is what a full-scale observation and disruption operation looks like. One by one, locations are identified and monitored. No position remains unnoticed. No vehicle moves without being tracked. This footage shows moments from an incident that took place earlier this morning. A Ukrainian drone is seen operating near a high-rise building in the Donetsk region, where the structure is affected during the event. Now, let's take another look at the incident from different angles. If anyone has heard any updates about the situation, feel free to share them to inform other viewers as well. A wounded Russian soldier is seen in a forest area while a Ukrainian drone observes from above. In the footage, the soldier walks for some distance and then sits under a tree. The drone continues to monitor the situation from the air. The scene appears tense and uncertain, showing a difficult moment in such conditions.